Hello children, welcome to the maths class. We are on our chapters arithmetic sequences and we are going to study about the sum of arithmetic sequences in this lesson. So now we have come to our topic, children, sum of n terms of an arithmetic sequence. We have just now found out the sum of n consecutive natural numbers, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. After that we found out the sum of n even numbers, which is n into n plus 1. Next we found out the sum of the odd numbers, which is n square. Proceeding in the same way, we can find the sum of the n terms of an arithmetic sequences. Let's just connect what we have studied with the algebra of arithmetic sequences. We have seen that the nth term of an arithmetic sequence or any arithmetic sequence is of the form xn is equal to an plus b, where a is the common difference and b is the first term minus common difference. Now, using this algebraic expression, we can find any term. We can find each term of an arithmetic sequence. Suppose I want to find x1. I have to put n is equal to 1 to find x1, and that is equal to a into 1 plus b, which gives me a plus b. So our first term is a plus b. Next, let's try n is equal to 2. We have x2 is equal to a into 2 plus b, which gives us 2a plus b. Proceeding in this way, let us try one more. N is equal to 3. We have x3, that is a multiplied by 3 plus b, which is equal to 3a plus b. Now you have got an idea of how the terms will go on. A plus b, 2a plus b, 3a plus b, like that. Let's see what is the nth term. So we have here nth term means the nth term is xn. That is, I have to multiply a with n plus b, which gives me na plus b. Now let's find the sum of the n terms of this arithmetic sequence. We need to find x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus the last term xn. That is equal to the first term x1, we have a plus b, plus x2, the second term, that is 2a plus b. Then x3 is 3a plus b, which goes on like that. And finally we have the last term xn. The nth term is na plus b. Now look at the expression that we have wrote. We can split that into separate parts, in two separate parts. We have a section where we have a and 2a and 3a, 4a, etc. na. And the other section has all b. See, b here and a b here and a b here. In each term there is a b. So there are n times b's in this expression. So I will split this into two parts and write it as a plus 2a plus 3a plus so on plus na in one part, and the rest of the b's, there are n b's, so I multiply n times b. Now let's look at the first part of the expression. In each term here, in each part here, a is seen, which means that a is a common factor. Taking that a as common factor, we have in brackets, here there is 1a, so 1 plus 2a, so 2 plus 3, so a is the common factor, and in brackets we have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. plus n, plus n times b, so I will write it as bn. Now look at the expression that we have got, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus etc. up to n. That is our natural numbers, consecutive natural numbers from starting from 1. We have already learned the sum of natural numbers, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. Let us substitute the formula for the sum of the natural numbers. Here we have a multiplied by n into n plus 1 by 2 plus bn. So what we have got here is the sum of n terms, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus etc. plus xn. The sum of n terms of any arithmetic sequence, means it can be any sequence, any algebraic sequence. We can use this formula, a multiplied by n into n plus 1 by 2 plus bn. Let us see what we have just seen. We are trying to find the sum of n terms of an arithmetic sequence. The terms are x1, x2, x3, etc. and the last term is xn. We have just seen that if you add them, etc. xn, the sum can be found out by using a into n plus 1 by 2 plus bn. That is, for any arithmetic sequence, the sum of n terms, we can say, let's say Sn, sum, Sn. Sn is equal to a into n plus 1 by 2 plus bn, where a is the common difference d, and we can find b by doing f minus d, which is first term minus the common difference. Using the result we have obtained just now, let us try to find the sum of the first 100 terms of the sequence 19, 28, 37, etc. As we have seen earlier, in the sequence, the first term f is equal to 19, and the common difference of the sequence, that is d, is equal to 9. Using these two, I can find out what is a. A is the common difference, that's equal to 9. And we have b is equal to the first term minus the common difference, that is equal to 19 minus 9, which is equal to 10. Now we have found out, we have got the things we require for finding the sum. We need a and we need b, and we know that we have to find the sum of the first 100 terms. So the 100 terms means n is equal to 100. We have all the three things that we need. Let us now find the sum of this sequence. We have that sum of n terms, Sn, is equal to a multiplied by n into n plus 1 by 2 plus bn. Let us substitute the values. N is 100, so we have the sum of 100 terms is equal to a is 9, 9 multiplied by n into n plus 1. So we have 100 into 101 by 2 plus b is equal to 10. So 10 multiplied by 100. Here we have 9 multiplied by 100 multiplied by 101 by 2. Now we know that 100 divided by 2 is 50. So this is reduced to 9 multiplied by 50 multiplied by 101, that is 5050, plus 10 multiplied by 100 gives 1000. 9 multiplied by 5050 is 45,450 plus 1000, and finally we have the answer 46,450. See how easily we have come to the result. The sum is such a large, but by using the just studied, it is very easy to find the sum of any number of terms of a sequence. We can calculate the sum of n terms of an arithmetic sequence in another way also. Let us follow these steps. We have Sn is equal to a multiplied by n into n plus 1 by 2 plus bn. I am just rewriting this. The first part remains the same. A multiplied by n into n plus 1 by 2 plus I am adding a 2 by 2 over here. 2 by 2 bn. There is no change because 2 by 2 is again 1. There is no change even if I add 2 by 2. Okay. Now this will change to, if you see both the parts of this equation, there is a 2 in the denominator in both the parts. So that 1 by 2 can be taken as a common factor, and n from the first part and from the second part also, n can be taken as the common factor in the numerator. So taking n by 2 as the common factor, I have the rest of the things, that is a multiplied by n plus 1 plus, this 2 is taken as common factor, but this 2 remains over there. So 2b, n is outside, so here there is 2b. This can be further simplified as n by 2, let's multiply a into n plus 1, that is an plus a plus, and I am going to split 2b as 1b plus 1b, that is 2b's. Now I am going to group the bracket in two sections. I am going to take an and 1b together, and I am going to take a and b together. So grouping it, I have it as n by 2 multiplied by an plus b, that's the first group, plus a plus b, that is the second group. Now look at this expression carefully. An plus b is our nth term, xn, isn't it? And a plus b, so this can be rewritten as n by 2 multiplied by xn, the nth term, plus x1, the first term. See, we have reduced the formula to a simpler one now. All we have to do is divide the number of terms by 2 and find the product with the first sum of the first term, and is equal to n by 2 into xn plus x1 is an alternative method for finding the sum of n terms of an arithmetic. We have just obtained that Sn is equal to n by 2 into xn plus x1. N is the number of terms in the sequence. N by 2 is half the number of terms of the sequence, multiplied by xn plus x1 means the sum of the first and the last terms. So let us see how it is written. The sum of n consecutive terms of an arithmetic sequence is half the product of the number of terms n by 2 and the sum of the first and the last terms xn plus x1. I'll repeat it again. The sum of n consecutive terms of an arithmetic sequence is half the product of the number of terms and the sum of the first and the last terms. We shall do another question. Find the sum of the first 25 terms of the arithmetic sequence 1, 6, 11, etc. As seen earlier, we have the first term f will be equal to 1. Then we have the common difference is equal to 5. Since common difference is equal to 5, we have a is equal to d is equal to 5. And to find b, we need to do first term minus the common difference. That will be equal to 1 minus 5. This is equal to minus 4. Now we can find the expression, algebraic expression for the nth term. Let's find xn. Xn, as we have seen earlier, is an plus b. Substituting the values of a and b, we have xn is equal to 5n plus minus 4. Let's write it as xn is equal to 5n minus 4. Let us try to find the 25th term of the sequence. We know by using this idea, we can find any term of the sequence. Let's see what is the 25th term. I have put n is equal to 25 and 5n minus 4 will become 5 multiplied by 25 minus 4, which is equal to 125 minus 4, that is 121. We have just calculated the 25th term as 121. Now see what all we have. We have that the first term is, which is x1, is 1. And the last term can be taken as x25 because we need to find the sum of the first 25 terms. The last term, x25, is equal to 121. We have the first term and the last term. So here we can use the second formula because we need xn and x1 for finding the sum in the second way. It will be easier here. Let's see what is the formula. We have Sn is equal to n by 2 into the last term xn plus the first term x1. Here we have to find sum of 25 terms. So S25 is equal to 25 by 2 multiplied by 121 plus 1. And 121 plus 1 is 122. So we have 25 by 2 multiplied by 122. Half of 122 is 61. So that becomes 25 into 61, which is 1525. So here, according to the question, it depends on if you have the first and the last term, you can find the using this formula, or you can use the other formula if you can't find the last term. So children, this we have the following results. Sum of n natural numbers starting from 1 is n into n plus 1 by 2. Sum of n consecutive even numbers starting from 2 is n into n plus 1. The sum of n consecutive odd numbers starting from 1 is n squared. The sum of n consecutive terms of any arithmetic sequence of the form an plus b is Sn is equal to a into n plus 1 by 2 plus bn. And alternatively, the sum of n consecutive terms can also be found by using Sn is equal to n by 2 into xn plus x1, provided we can find the first term, sum of the first term and the last term. So now we have come to the end of our session. Thank you for watching.